Hey, this is Marcus Washington here at Smith Center. Triple overtime loss for GW as Fordham comes in here with a 119-113 win. Um, the I'm sorry about that. I had a little echo there, but no, they did not give me a final box, so you will have to bear with me on this. Again, Fordham with the triple overtime win, 119-113 over GW. And this is just one of those games where you thought each team had it won and lost at different times. Fordham, I thought for the most part, was the better team for the longer stretches, even though obviously George Washington came in here favorite tonight. So we had a few career highs, and one of them is Darren Buchanan, who had a career high 38 points with 6 rebounds. A stretch popped in with 11 points and 10 rebounds. And of course, you can't have a game where George Washington scores this many points and not have James Bishop have a big game. He had 32 points with 5 rebounds and 6 assists. And on the other end, for Fordham, you got career highs out of Jafet Mador. Elijah Gray had a career high today. So, um, and Charlton, Antrell Charlton also had a career high for Fordham. So we're not going to go through all three overtimes of this game, but what you can say is that this came down to execution in two different ways. For George Washington, Chris Caputo went ISO plenty with Buchanan, especially early on, first half, and in the second half, it was a lot of Buchanan ISOing one side of the floor and just telling them, "Hey, go through your guy," and he did that, and he did it with a level of efficiency that even surprised me at times, where Fordham just could not stay in front of him. They couldn't compete with his strength. I mean, he was 15 for 30 from the floor. So this wasn't one of these situations where you got 38 points in an inefficient way. I mean, Buchanan got 38 points in what almost looked like an NBA type of way, almost a Julius Randle type of way today. And then Bishop, as the game went on, especially in the second half, we got into overtime. Then he kicked in and shot 11 for 21, 4 for 7 from three, and he had the 32 points. So when you looked at how this game flowed out in that sort of way, you would think that's perfect for GW and Caputo, because here you go, you rob Buchanan this whole time. This game goes into multiple overtimes. Then you're leaning on your vet, and your vet is also playing well, by the way, and that should have been enough for a victory. But give Fordham a lot of credit. I think Fordham was 260 per KenPom in 3-point shooting. Tonight they shot 19 for 42 from three. I mean, they were hitting some shots that I know for a fact that probably early on in the game, Caputo didn't mind them taking, and I wouldn't have minded them taking those shots too. And they made them, and they continued to make it alive tonight. Mador was 5 for 12 from three. Charlton was 5 for 8 from three tonight. Gray was 2 for 4, and give Gray a lot of credit. Before he fouled out in the third overtime, he was just flat out late in these overtimes. He was just getting to the free throw line. He just muscle his way up. They throw it to him in the post. He'd muscle his way up. He was getting to the free throw line and then made his free throws finishing. And like I said, for those who wasn't at the beginning, they didn't give me a final box. So sorry, I'm going back and forth to my phone. Gray ended up being 8 for 10 from the free throw line tonight. But again, for GW and Caputo, it was at times where you felt like this game was won. You know, you had the early start in the second half, which now seems like it was played yesterday. And they just couldn't put them away. And it, again, fighting uphill all the time. Fordham had the lead most of the game. GW just kept climbing back, took the lead, and just couldn't put them away. And as we got deeper into overtime, you would have thought that GW had the advantage because it was Fordham that was in foul trouble. They had a couple guys ended up fouling out. They had another guy with 4. I think Buchanan might have been the only one with 4 for GW. I will double check that. Buchanan and Bishop also had 4, but it didn't limit the time that they were playing. So it's a great win for Fordham. It's a disappointing loss for GW because this is conference play. First game of the conference, you have it at home, and the one thing you don't want to do is mail away conference home games, especially when you feel like they're winnable conference home games. Especially when you fought yourself back, you feel like you have momentum. You have a freshman who's having a career night. You're having a veteran back him up in Bishop, and you let it slip away on your home floor. Especially when you consider you're going to VCU, and I know it's not the same VCU in the past. This is not the same VCU that we're used to seeing, but your next game is going to VCU. So you want to protect your home court, especially when you get to conference play. Obviously, because of how late this game ran, I am doing the wrap up as opposed to going to the presser. I will catch the presser like most people catch the presser. I will catch it on GW's website, and I'll get it from there. But hey, this might have been the best basketball game I've covered all week, to be honest with you. So, but again, we're going to sign off here from Smith Center, 119-113 Fordham in triple overtime.